ready for some boom, baby, boom. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's that sun. That's that shine. That's that rise every time. We out here. I'm out here every morning, bro. I can already feel the heat come up this morning. I was up at like 4 o'clock making my shit work. Basically got the whole thing to myself. There's like a group of 3 girls here rocking their dogs. But other than that, your boy Saint's got it like that. And that's the alternative. So we're talking about this morning motivation. If you get anything out of this, you already know it's Saint's Edition. I'm Mark Saint. Every morning I get up and I'm hustling to see what's up with this life and these alternatives. And that's exactly what these are, decisions. Our alternatives are what we weigh, to make sure that we can handle the decisions that we make. Oh shit. And that's how we end up where we are right now. And that's why I was like, oh shit, what's the alternative? Well, this morning I woke up and I saw my ex get proposed to like 2 weeks ago. And I was just like, oh, congratulations. And that's pretty fucking cool and all that. I didn't reach out. And then it was the morning. And then all of a sudden I'm thinking, I was like, am I jealous? Right? Like it's a common human behavior to be jealous. You know, that she's getting married and I'm not, or that she passed me by to go find another guy, or the fact that I slept with her while my ex was pregnant with my baby and that probably killed my baby. I look at the alternative. If I had never stuck my dick in a chick that pretended to love me because I knew that she would be married in a couple years later, you know, I would have been like, skip this process. And for the most part, when it was happening, that's what I did, bro. I did a lot of that, skip that process, go through the motions. All my decisions started adding up to, oh shit, if I fuck this other chick, that's gonna piss off this chick and I might lose my baby, would have been a different alternative than I was already getting away from this crazy lady. She was already neurotic as fuck. And then all of a sudden it was like put on me to deal with her and her full photo shoot when I went to Brazil and her gay friends and shit. I even think this chick even told this dude to move over the camera while he was proposing to her. Like she was that OCD. She was that big of a control freak. She's like, hey, while you're proposing to me on your knees, can you like move a little bit over so that the camera can see? Because I need everyone to think that my life is perfect. Well, it ain't, and it never will be. You know? And that's the whole point of this thing. She can go play over here. I'm gonna do laps over here. And that's the whole point of this thing. Holy shit, this dude coming out hitting swinging. Go ahead, bro. It's a full-on fucking park. Hit it. Bink. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Grounders, baby. You need friends. That's what Frisbee Addict's all about. So that way he can have a friend. It's like Baseball Addict. It's like, who's near me who wants to play some catch? You know, I'm always by myself trying to do some exercise and shit. And all you need is a friend. Well, that's the alternative. That's why we're having this conversation this morning, because the alternative is so dangerous. You know, like the going to jails, the committing abortions, the drug addictions. They real, bro. And unfortunately, it's in our behavior, it's in our habits, it's in our attitudes, constantly morphing into all the decisions that we make. And you're like, well, why did I do that? And I'm like, well, let's sit back and realize, like, what were the emotional triggers that you were under the influence of at the time, right? What was your state of mentality, right? Like, were you in a place where you had understanding and vision and no complications? Or were you swimming in a storm of emotions and stimulus and too much for your little nervous system to process? And that's what ends up happening. You know, we all have to process this life. And as I'm the only one here, oh no, there's some kids playing over there. I went like, man, what's my alternative? Like, if I had stuck it out with that chick, it would have never worked out because the energy wasn't there. I should have never, ever. I was already in the bed, going to bed. And she comes in drunk, trying to kiss up on me, trying to get some. I wonder if her ex knows that. There's a whole history of things we not know about people beyond what they show us. That's why I love faceless porn and always anonymous and always being get your freak on, because you look at someone and you go, I didn't know you just did a fucking glory hole. I didn't know you just did a gangbang. I didn't know you had it in you like that to be a fucking 15-year dominatrix. Okay. They can look pretty on the outside, guys. The alternative is that now you got somebody that's psychotic. Morning, brother. Now you got somebody that's completely psychotic, neurotic, and drilling holes in your canoe. You swear you want that hot chick. I thought I did too, till I see all the sexual acts she did with other people, and it turned me off. Well, you thought you want the porn queen, and she turns out to be in everybody's. And there's nothing nice to it. You know, there's nothing nice to the alternative, because like it's so dangerous seeing yourself slip day after day, making decisions, just placate your own emotions, and eventually it's adding up to you're making bad choices. And that's what we do, bro. We make really bad choices. We get stuck in our head and in our lives and in our emotions, and we're like, oh fuck, what's the other alternative? Well shit, keep going down that rabbit hole, and for sure it'll show you that there's some danger down there. Will Robinson. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger is the alternative. Without knowing that what you're going to do, or what you're like, or what your response rate is, that's dangerous territory. Like, what's he gonna do now, right? You know, that was Kanye. What you gonna do if you don't win tonight? And he's like, I guess I'll never know. And that's a real good statement, but it's like, for reals though, if you don't know, it's dangerous for you. What you don't know can hurt you. And the alternative is scary as fuck. I'm thinking like full-on blown out addiction, you know, methamphetamines, meth, ice, what's the other shit called? PCP, like some hardcore hitting shit. Or the alternative where you just want your dick in the dirt and you want opiums and you want pills and you want fentanyl. What the fuck? Your alternatives are scary. And most people aren't identifying what they're making their decisions for. They're just living their lives uncalculating. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on a second. Let's do some calculations real quick. Let's do some simple math. Walk me through how the math works, right? So your math ain't mathing, and it didn't add up. Like my homie smoked an ounce, sent me 25 bucks. I'm like, do you have $25 ounces to sell me? No? Then you are cheaping the product, right? You are degrading the value that you're giving me. And that's when I started to see that you weren't valuing my friendship. You weren't valuing me, but you definitely needed a ride in my car, and you didn't even pay for the gas money, right? So people will do that. Good morning. People will do that and do the things that are weird against their grain or against their morals or against their contemplation. They're in their world going like, okay, you know, let me justify my reasonings. And you're like, you just literally not decriminalized, but devalued our friendship, right? You can get a free ride from me, which is about 25 bucks on an Uber, right? I wasn't going to the studio. You were going to the studio, and you bummed a ride off me again, and you lowballed me on the price again, and you showed me that you didn't value our friendship. Now, when it came to champs, and I'm standing around, and I ain't seen you guys all day, and then all of a sudden they go, hey, they got the wrong badges, they snuck in. Mark, handle it. Me handle it? I haven't seen these guys all day. They're not with me. I didn't do anything. They snuck in. Mark, handle it. And I walk all the way to the front, all the way upstairs to go handle it for about a good half hour of my time that they were willing to pay me back for my time. And I start to look at the alternatives. I'm like, what are these friendships I got where all they call me for is for their ignorant shit or for their narcissistic shit or for shit that doesn't have anything to do with me? I got a lot of those in Vegas. And as I traveled the world for a year, I got a chance to see the alternative. Let's bless up real quick. Yeah, baby. Saints addiction. I have a dream. And this was my dream, to go around the world and not stay in the shitty ass dust bowl every day, waking up, seeing the same thing, doing the same thing. I ain't trying to be the same. I wanted growth, and that was scary. That means I have to look at other alternatives. What's it like when I fast till 3 p.m.? Hold tight, I'll show you. What's it like feeling yoked when you wake up because you've been doing pull-ups and push-ups every day of the week? Hold up, I'll show you. What's it like being sober and having the morning to exercise and not drama? Let me show you. See how quiet it is out here, bro? See how quiet my mind is, that I can slow down, take on my morning, take on my thoughts, take on my life, and say, okay, what are the alternatives? Well, if I stay for sure on the couch, I'm for sure not going to get any action, right? If I for sure don't build Motivated Juice, which is live right now, you guys should go check it out, Motivated Juice, you already know, then nothing grows. If I don't get all the data off my phones and update all my shit on my computer, my phones stay too full and they don't work properly. If I go back to drugs, I lose all the trust that I built with all the people that I already broke the trust with, and they gave me a second chance. I would see my brother in years and they're like, is Mark still on drugs? And I was like, drugs? I never was on drugs, bro. But judgmental people will see it that way. When I used to do cocaine, it's been almost 2 decades I haven't done cocaine, and my brother still thinks I do coke, or he still thinks weed is a drug, or that I'm a drug addict. That's fine. There's other alternatives. He could think I'm a rapist. That would be worse, right? I mean, I do go to jail a lot. He could think I'm a jailbird, you know? I'm lucky my brother talks to me at all. And that's just facts. My sister doesn't. I reached out to her. I'm like, I don't even know what I did to you, dude. And it's been almost like 2 decades not talking with my littlest sister. And we'll see. She probably just blocked me. But what's the alternative? Not reaching out? Not taking a shot, and all of us wait until my mom dies, and then we're all there at the funeral home crying about it, like, oh, we should have been spending time together. Our family has been devastated by a divorce. But what was the alternative? Them staying together and beating on each other while my dad was drunk and having an abusive relationship just to keep the family together, living the lie? Is that what it is? Is that our alternative? If we live the lie and we keep true and we double down on stupidity, then we go, yeah, I want to double down on the person that's being abusive to me. Let's get married. Let's accelerate it. Your boy Marky Saint. She had already exhibited behavior to me that was abusive. She was also swinging on me and doing crazy shit. And I was like, let's marry this chick. That's what we need to do. Let's see if we can wrangle her up and make her into a housewife. Man, no, she's still a hoe. She's still a stripper. She's still a dominatrix. She's still what do you call that when you're a sex worker? A prostitute. And you're trying to put a ring on a prostitute to make it look better. Anonymous guy. Hello from Albania. Hello. Welcome to Las Vegas. And that's what it is, bro. I looked into my world. This might be tough English for you, homie, but I'm going to keep it going. I looked into my world and I said, it's time for some grounding. You know, this feels so good, bro. Every time I do, it feels so good. Time for me to see my alternatives. That wasn't my alternative. Have you ever looked at a situation that you tried to chase really hard and it didn't belong? Have you ever tried going down all the way down the rabbit hole, all the way down the wormhole, not just in the internet, but in your mind, of what would have happened if I stayed with that girl? What would have happened if I had that kid when I was in high school? What would have happened if I didn't sleep with Brazilian chick that just got married and I would have kept my dick in my pocket? This is a half a dime. What the fuck? It's half a dime. Someone cut a dime in half. That shit crazy. I'm like, what is that shiny? That's half a dime. No shit, bro. Someone cut it in half. The fucking things I find. But that's what life is like. The things we find underneath these alternatives, we can't go backwards. We can't reopen closed doors. Time has passed by and we can't do nothing about it. And that's what I said. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna have to do something about the decisions I make now. And that's why the power of now becomes so powerful. You have so much decision inside you to sit still or move, right? Call her, don't call her. Call him, don't call him. It could be business, you know? Show up or show out. Don't show up. Keep sitting it out. You know, you have so many alternatives. I was thinking last night, my friend, she's like, I'm going solo. I'm going to go. I saw her post something about, I'm going to Wu-Tang solo. And it was just like, yeah, because every time you go out, you're rude to the people you go out with. You bad name them. You post about them on social media. Who wants to hang out with you? Anything goes bad, it's going to be posted on social media later. And it usually goes bad with you because you got too many tattoos and you're fucking crazy and always drunk. I'm sure your cats are gonna love you when you're older. You know what I mean? I keep telling my mom, those cats will eat your eyeballs when you die. They'll eat you alive. Your cats don't give a shit. They're animals too. But we keep thinking these alternative realities like, no, my cat wouldn't do that to me. And you're just like, give it a moment. Your best friends can do it to you. Like, give it a moment. Lovers that you've been inside of will change on you. And that's when I was just like, wait a minute. That's fucking crazy. Not all, my brother. Yes, I feel what you say, my brother. I'm a similar situation. Takes lessons from the past of my friends and move forward. God will help me find your way. Scriptures on shirts, bro, if you believe in God. I believe in me, you know, I bet on me. When people go, do you gamble? Well, yeah, I bet on me, bro. I bet on me to make better decisions. Now that I'm sober, I can count on me to do something better. I'm not counting on the other guy that would show up and be an emotional wreck, run out, spend all his money, drink all his booze, snort all the cocaine, smoke all the weed, try to holler at some chick that didn't love me, and then wake up throwing up, overweight, and unhappy. That's real. That was my alternative. And I'm like, okay, if I stay this way, what does the path look like today? And that's all you got to ask. What's your path you're walking? And mine looks a little jaggedy right now, but this is the path I walk every morning. You know, it's a little sway. But you ain't got all the answers, Sway. I ain't got all the answers. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't have tarot cards. I don't have a clue what's going to happen in the future. I had no idea that this chick was going to get married in the future. I saw my other ex. She had 2 babies. Beautiful baby boy. We were supposed to have a baby boy. Not my alternative. Not my path. And that is such a strong phrase to tell somebody, especially someone dogged like me. I'm a dogged chaser, right? I chase that dog, bro. And like a dog, I might not be as smart as to know what I bit into, right? Before I lock my jaw into something, and I knew this about myself. This is why I called it Saints Addiction, because I knew I would be addicted to it. I knew I'd give it my all. I knew it would consume me. I would obsess about it, and I needed something to obsess about instead of a woman or alternative routes or paths that didn't exist. I needed to fixate on business. That was me, right? And I'm like, lockjaw, pit bull, I ain't letting go. So that was my reality, right? I was like, this is why I'm calling it Saints Addiction. In my world, I need to stay away from people that are being loud or on their toys or whatever. I just walked around the whole time. This chick just now wants to start moving. There's just too much energy with these people. So, you know, I'm living the alternative life where it's like, okay, what if I do take a shot at going to travel the world? You know what I'm saying? That will be my decision. And good morning. Good morning. Yeah. And that was it. I was like, you know, if I don't fucking say hi to people, what's my alternative? Then I come off like an asshole. Is my energy, because I've walked past people and I felt worse for not saying hello. And I'm like, I felt awkward inside. And I'm like, what's my alternative? Do I become a smiley, outward, hello, good morning person and just let it ride? Maybe they don't say good morning back. That happens out here all the time. But maybe they say, good morning, sir, like this. And you're just like, what, sir? Where are we? Costa Rica? Calm that shit down. You're regular. And then, maybe it is that way. When I just had this friend come in from immigration and he's an immigrant and trying to get illegal work and pissing me off. And I'm like, what's the alternative, right? You know, the alternative is that I put all this energy in someone that doesn't care back for me and is always going to use me and forget me and plastic pocket challenge me, right? You know, that I was seeing this pattern of asking and taking, but not giving or returning. And that was a eye opener and important that I learned. You know, I needed to learn that lesson. I was like, oh, that's the alternative. You know, you can have a bunch of fake friends around you, people that only love you when they need you. And I was just like, wow, that's a lot of my friends. Or maybe, you know, plastic pocket challenge. Maybe it's only 10 yards away, dude. Maybe you thought you were the moral of the story and I couldn't survive without you, right? I got friends like that where it's just like, they want to stay the pattern. They want to consistently stay here their whole life, play video games, ride on their bike and not do anything different. And I'm just like, I don't want to be around that. You know, I don't want to be around the negativity where every time I call you, you think I'm one of your boyfriends and you just complain about everything, parasites, rent, your mental health. And I was just like, I'm not your boyfriend. I'm someone else's boyfriend. So my energy goes to her now. And then why don't you call me anymore? And I'm like, because I got a girlfriend and I call her. And we talk about love and we make love and we talk about travel and future and family and children. You know, it's what I want. The alternative is the hot chicks that look good on your arm, but will walk away on someone else's arm. That's why I don't like the strip club. Yeah. I don't like the alternative. I don't like the fact that you're going to lie to me for 3 minutes. The song changes. Song changes and then you're on my buddy's lap. You know what I mean? And it's like that I call a cap. You know, that's the lie. And I could have called this the lie, but what's the alternative, right? What's the alternative? Go down your rabbit holes. Go all the way in and say to yourself, okay, if I do this, what can I expect? And look back in history, what other people have done as well, right? Here's some more plastic bucket challenge. Yep. There you go, with the red ant on it. And that was another view, another version, perspective, alternative that I wanted to see, you know? Looking at other people, what do they do every day? Like, do I really want to be on the block every day, that I hold down this position on the planet and I never get to see anything else? Or change my vibration or views or see other cultures? Yeah, I'll wait, bro. And that's a big decision. That's the alternative. I decided to live, bro. I was there almost 30, well, I was like almost 30, not married, no kids, overweight. You know, I'm working the career. I think I'm doing my job. I think I'm doing good by myself. And then there I wasn't doing so well anymore. 235 pounds at 5'7", eating everything in sight. And that was my alternative. Stay here and rot it out. 2008. Housing crisis. Everybody's scared about COVID. What was that, 2001? Stay here, get evicted, or go to Brazil. I made a decision. And the alternative has changed my life completely. Now, I could have stayed in America, try to live in San Francisco, even though I didn't want to be there, be with someone that didn't really support me, was being abusive, was stonewalling me, was ignoring me when I was literally on the couch trying to fucking fix shit in front of you. And then I was like, this ain't gonna work. It just didn't work for me, bro. And I have to sit there some days, and some days it's a bit of regret, because you'll feel like your actions, we all make actions, just like in psychology. And we're only mad when the action doesn't get the reaction that we expected. You feel me on that? Like if we expect A plus B to equal C, right? When it doesn't, we're shocked. We're like incensed. What do you mean that the girl I went all in with was gonna cheat on me and go off with someone else in a Harley and kill our baby just like she killed all her other babies? What do you mean this was all games and it just absorbed my whole life for about 3 months and ruined my mentality again? What do you mean that I give my power over to these women and say, hey, you heal me, you make me whole? That's your job, and that's not their job. I'm supposed to have borders. I'm supposed to have boundaries. What do they call it? What do they call that? What do you call that? Is it a boundary? Yeah, I think it is. To have hard limits, where you're just like, soft limits, it's okay to fuck with me, but hard limits, I can't let you fuck with me mentally. That's the alternative. Be my own mental health, right? Or let someone else be my mental health. I didn't like that idea at all. I didn't like that it was spinning me up and then I wasn't calculating myself anymore and I wasn't feeling healthy. And that's what I'm looking for. Healthy relationships, healthy conversations, healthy feelings, healthy responses. I was getting fuck yous in the morning and I was like, that's not the response, Mark. Right? Swinging on me. That's not the response, Mark. Okay? The alternative of staying in these situations, no matter how hot she was or how much I was in love with her or all these fantasies that were going on between us and lies and chaos, I was sitting there going like, this is not what I want. This is not what I signed up for. There's no way in hell did I grind 44 years of my life so I could have someone tell me fuck you multiple times in the morning because I put the fan on them. Oh, and proceed to send me 17 message trying to explain their behavior. Like it's okay to be that way. It's not. The other homie, he stole from me. I'm the one that put him on. And then he steals the weed club from me. You guys can report it on Facebook. And he's over here going like, God is good. You stole all my work. And I'm like, I've been doing this since 2016. I only met you in 2022. You just stole 6 years of my hard work. You came around and made 6 months of hard work and thought it was the equivalent of my 6 years. That's the alternative. The alternative is when you trust people and put them into your system, the alternative is they might fuck you. And then you go in this situation where you might want to be hyper vigilant and stay inside and try to stack your money and stay away from all the parties. Then you're being antisocial. Then you're being lonely, and that has its own downfalls and pitfalls too. There's alternatives here. And it's just like everything, you got to weigh it out. And I kept thinking, my friends, I got to tell them, and I'll tell you too, because we're having the morning motivation. It's not a restaurant, bro. Life is not a restaurant. We have been accustomed to going inside with our powerful wallets and telling people what we want with our lives. I got news for you. ChatGPT ain't gonna fix the topic, bro. That's the truth of it. Oh, shit. ChatGPT ain't gonna fix your life topics. Plastic pocket challenge. ChatGPT can't go into your brain and be your feelings. You can't understand the repercussions of your emotions. It's not gonna be around to be there when the consequences come. It's just a computer. And we put so much energy into something else to be an alternative, to be something for us in our lives. Like, please, you take care of my life. Be my psychologist, be my guide, be my God. And at the same time, God's not around for the repercussions. You can call it, oh, home run. Nicely done, bro. Say hi on my YouTube.
Oh, what's up?
Home runs. Yeah. Yeah, so it's one of those, dude, where you're going to be in your world. Huh? Saints Addiction, kid. I don't think you're old enough for it. But that was it, you know, these kids always want my YouTube, but it's, not approved for 18 and below, because I curse, I smoke weed, and I talk about pussy. But anyway, that's the alternative, right? To live or not to live, because we're all gonna die. That's it. That's the exact alternative while we're having this conversation. It's a for certainty that you will die. What's not for sure is, will you live? And I love that quote. I really do. I mean, like, that link sinks in. That's your Mel Gibson. That's your Braveheart. That's your movies on shirts. At the same time, it really is up to you. Lao Tao Kun, up to you. Are you going to live your life, or are you going to make it full of excuses? Are you going to put it on other people, or are you going to put yourself in position? And that's all it is. It's an empowerment move right here. We're having this conversation this morning. Motivation to be able to say, hey, man, what am I going to fucking do with my energy? The energy of me wants to realize something. I have a goal with this lifespan. I have ideas. I have visions. I have feelings. And I want to do something with them. So that's your alternatives. Let them destroy you, or let them propel you. It's really up to you. Lao Tao Kun. You're going to have to make the most of it. And that's what we always do. That's on my heart from the start. That's your boy Saints Addiction. That's my dream. You got to reach out and dream. This motherfucker went all in, bro. Took a bullet to the dome. What are you willing to give up? You haven't given up your life. You haven't sacrificed your habits. Hell, you haven't created an alternative ending. And that's what we are. We're the director's cut. How do you want your movie to end? I'm Mark Saint. This is Saints Addiction. This is my heart. This is the peace. This is Chigathon. And that means goodbye, but not forever in Finnish, because I've been to Finland and I speak a little bit of Finnish, and that would have never happened if I never made that choice. If I didn't keep making choices to boldly go and do things that made me brave, It was a home run. It was. This kid hit it so hard it hit the thing. It was going all the way, you know. And that's the energy, bro. He ain't got no bills. He's smiling every day. He's saying hello to people. He's doing an activity and he's happy. That's the alternative. And if you can find the happiness, then you're winning. If you're doing it through dopamine synthetics or faking it, it'll never win. So we all have alternatives. Up to you what you choose. I'm Mark Saint. I'm out. Have a blessed day. Peace. Don't forget to shine. Woo. Yeah. That's that sun though. That heat. That hotness. That whoa. That hotness.